Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Westcon Security and Observability event, Solutions on AWS. It's been a jam-packed afternoon, and I appreciate everybody attending. And if you're still with us, or if you've had to jump out and come back in, welcome back. This is the last session. I will spend no more than 10 to 15 minutes covering the final topic, and then we'll get to the prize giving. So in terms of the prize giving, if you've not already gone into the draw for one of the prizes, please do so. There will be, you're able to access the spin to win environment and put in your name, your email address, and that will put you into the draw. Now, we've had a couple of questions to asking whether initials are okay. And yes, your initials are okay, as long as we can relate them back to the RSVPs that you sent through when you accepted the invitation, then we'll be able to identify you and we'll all be good. So I definitely encourage you to do that if you've not done so already. So, let me just share my screen. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so the last topic of today is capabilities that Westcon are providing to you and routes to market. And this is an interesting topic, and it's one I'll cover quite quickly. A number of the speakers during the course of the afternoon alluded to the fact that AWS has a marketplace and there are consulting partner private offers involved. So today, any of the solutions that you saw from the vendors that we'd invited to attend and speak are able to provide their software and cloud services via Westcon through a traditional channel process, through bring your own license, through ELAs. So that's one route to market, and that lane is open, and you're obviously all familiar with that way of doing business. However, the marketplaces can be a little bit more of a challenging proposition, and a number of the things that we hear in the Partner Success Center are things like, how do I monetize that route to market when I'm not billing the customer? How do I maintain my involvement in the transaction? How do I build relationships with multiple different vendors? I don't know them. Okay, and so these are some of the things that we'll talk about this afternoon very quickly. But what I wanted to do first is just talk a little bit about AWS's program. So the Consulting Partner Private Offer program allows vendors and third-party providers to put services into AWS. And why would they do that? And why would customers be interested in that? Well, there's some really good reasons. The first is that AWS, many customers today have quite significant spends. And this was alluded to by a couple of the speakers, and Dean mentioned it first, I think, earlier today. There are preferred pricing agreements and enterprise discount programs put in place by AWS with their customers. And what that represents is discounting based on a specific level of spend. And that committed spend can be retired to a varying degree by AWS services or third-party vendor software. So it's potentially simpler for the end customer. They've got a committed spend. It allows them to retire quota against that spend, and it allows them to align it very easily to a project or a budget that is aligned to a solution sitting on AWS. Okay, but there's a few questions that come up as a result of that. One is, how do you access this program if you're actually not an AWS partner? Or how do you access the program if you're a technology partner with AWS? Or if you're an AWS consulting partner, if you don't have a US bank account and US entity, how do you access the program? So these are some of the questions that resellers come to us with. So I'm proud to announce and introduce to you Westcon's program for AWS CPPO. Listening to this feedback, Westcon's put together a program in association with many of our vendors and the ones that we have aligned with today in this event. And what I'm going to do is ask the team to play a short video which talks about the proposition and the capability and the program, Westcon's program for AWS CPPO. Team, if you can play the video. Thanks, team. Okay, so that was the brief overview of the Westcon program for AWS CPPO. Now, if you're interested in taking another look at that or more information, then we'll cover that over the next few minutes. But that short video is available for view on our website and also in our Westcon portal for AWS. So I guess the first 3 or 4 topics or points cover those questions that I asked on my last slide. The first and foremost, the video covered the benefits for resellers, for vendors, and for end customers. What we're going to do now is look at the benefits for you, our reseller partners. The first is access to the program. So as long as you're a Westcon reseller, as long as you've got a Westcon, a relationship with Westcon, you have access to this program. And that's because Westcon are an AWS consulting partner in our own right. So that means that effectively we can run this program and act as the CPPO in the transaction. This also means that it's available for technology partners as well. So we know within our reseller organization, we have partners that are also technology partners that from time to time have an opportunity where end customers would like to benefit from this process. And again, our program allows that capability. So that's the first thing, access to the program. The second is that means that you can exercise existing AWS preferred pricing agreements and EDPs. So this is where you've got an end customer's got a committed spend, and then suddenly there's access to that committed spend for third-party software renewals, many of the types of services we've looked at this afternoon. It also allows you, and this is perhaps one of the most important things, to maintain your prime relationship. And that's important because often it's your relationship that's actually kicked off the project in the first place. Being the trusted advisor, normally you're the first to be involved in these projects and opportunities. And what it does then is it allows you to maintain your role in that transaction and in that relationship. And that's super important also at renewal time. So look, let's not kid, there's also a reseller margin available through the Westcon program for AWS CPPO. And that's a prerequisite for every transaction that we're involved with. There is a reseller margin involved. So there's no need to worry about the AWS requirements, whether they be the partner requirements, whether it be the US bank account and the US address entity, or worrying about, okay, how do I build a rapport with multiple vendors for each of these different transactions with each of these different customers. Westcon has multiple relationships with multiple vendors. So effectively, we're delivering an orchestration function, much as the way we do in the traditional channel arrangement. So, as I mentioned, the way that we're able to facilitate that is, as an AWS distributor, Westcon is also considered a consulting partner. So we can provide a frictionless experience for you. And if you've got any questions in terms of how, you just need to contact the PSC. Okay, and I'll cover a little bit about that in a moment. So I guess the first thing to do in terms of, okay, what's the key action from this? This all sounds interesting enough, but how do I identify when I need to do that? So I guess there's three things to keep in mind. The first is, if you've got a relationship with an end customer and you're talking about a particular project, identify if the software or the renewal is going to be on AWS. That's the first thing. The second thing is, does the customer have a preferred pricing agreement or an enterprise discount program in place with AWS? And the third thing is, do they have a desire or a preference to purchase via this route? Now, if the answer is yes to any of those things or all of those things, give us a call, okay? And we'll help you navigate this in a frictionless and profitable way through our program, okay? So with that in mind, what I'd like to do now is just show you some of the offers that have been put together, the exclusive offers to Westcon for our partner community from the vendors that we've had on our session today. So I guess the key messages are these: whether it be a traditional route to market through channel or whether it be via our program for AWS CPPO, both lanes are open for business. So contact us. In terms of the Westcon program for AWS CPPO, there are discounts available. These are exclusive offers, and these are limited time. They'll all be published up on our website. You'll get access to these post-event. But there's discounts on Marketplace anywhere in the range from 25% all the way up to 50%, depending on the offer. Now, if I can draw your attention to one offer in particular, we have an offer with F5. This is one of the first ones that we put together. And F5's offering 45% off on their Nginx Plus service. Now, the interesting thing about that is that for a regular AWS partner who has all the CPPO requirements, but is just one organization, not dealing through Westcon, the discount would be somewhere in the vicinity of 25%. Okay, so there's a significant additional benefit in terms of working with Westcon, in addition to the fact that we make it simple, we make it frictionless, and we provide margin for you as part of the transaction process. And in addition, AWS is providing usage credits available on the first 50 deals. So it's an absolute win-win situation. Okay, so I've mentioned the Partner Success Center on a couple of occasions, and this comes on to the next steps piece. So what do we do next? So the Partner Success Center, they're experts in recurring revenue in cloud. And this is a team of 10. This is the engine room that sits behind our cloud dedicated cloud salespeople and our wider sales organization. And the purpose of the 10 in the Partner Success Center is to build peer-to-peer relationships with your organization. So in terms of cloud recurring revenue, marketing, sales, operations, technical, is building peer-to-peer relationships so that we can engage with you and help through the process of onboarding or some more sophisticated requirements as you grow and develop. If I give you an example, there's a number of values and capabilities we provide. I won't go through each of these, but if I was just to call out one, normally where partners start with us or resellers start with us is with our billing, invoicing, and optimization capability. And Sarah talked a little bit about that in the very, very first session earlier today. Westcon's Partner Success Center not only knows how to use the Cloud Checker tool and can assist you with your own enablement so your own team can use it, but we also know where the gold is in terms of, how to identify orphan instances, how to right-size environments, how to make these compliant, and how to select the best candidates for savings plans or reserved instances. So these are the sort of capabilities that the Partner Success Center provides. And it's because of the experience we've had doing this for several years now. To give you an idea of that, the team are handling somewhere around 1,000 tickets a month, which are relating to inquiries and quotes and requests for information and the sort of things that our partners need to become successful in business out on the market. Now that's this team is all about concierge, but that doesn't suit everybody, and we appreciate that. So earlier this year, we brought to market the Westcon Partner Portal for AWS. And this partner portal is effectively the self-service side of the capability we provide. It's a repository for all Westcon and AWS programs related to cloud. So everything you've seen today is part of is found and can be found in the portal. So from this, you can find access to Blue Sky, Cloud Checker, the AWS APN program, commercial and public sector programs, complementary vendor solutions, AWS CPPO and our program to support that, webinars and events, promotions and offers. And it's a personal experience, so you need to contact the Partner Success Center and get a login to this. But all of the information, it's a single repository. Okay, we bring in the most up-to-date information and put it in a single location to make it easy for you to find what it is you need to grow and develop. And one of the key areas is the training material and the short 2, 3, 5 minute videos, which talk to our tooling and the capabilities and how to use the different tools. So there's a lot of online training available also. Now this tool is available to all Westcon cloud resellers. Just contact the Partner Success Center and they can provide you with a login and training if required. Okay, almost seconds to the last slide. We've got a couple of other offers that we're bringing to market that I just want to take 30 seconds to inform you of. The first is if this is the first time you've come to a Westcon Cloud event, and right now perhaps Westcon isn't providing Partner Success Center services, billing and invoicing services, you're not transacting through Westcon for AWS, then we'd encourage you to talk to the BDMs or the Partner Success Center about the Westcon Switch program. Now, there's AWS has discounting models. Some of them have been talked about today. So, over and above the 3 + 4 + 5 that AWS talked to, we'll provide another 2% for a limited time between now and December 31st for a 12-month period for any workloads that are brought across to Westcon, so we can begin a relationship with you. Terms and conditions apply, but there's more details at the link. The second thing I wanted to talk about was the Westcon ACE incentive offer. So Quite recently, AWS made some changes to the ACE deregistration program. And one of those changes was to allow the tagging of opportunities. So most importantly, if you're logging an opportunity into ACE, you're in a position where you can now tag Westcon as your distributor, or your distributor of choice. So in order to encourage the use of AWS's program and to help align with you, we're running an incentive between now and the end of between now and mid-December. Any opportunities that you're registering in ACE, you can tag Westcon, and if they launch between now and December the 15th, then there's a $50 gift card involved in the available on a per transaction basis, a per linked account basis. Per opportunity basis. Now, there's a minimum of 25, or there's 25 available for each country. So the first 25 launched opportunities will receive the incentive. So I encourage you to take a look at that program also. Okay, final slide before proceeding. So next steps. So there was a lot of material covered today, and a lot of it was covered quite quickly, and a lot of it was high level. And the purpose of it was to provide an appetizer. So if you're working on an opportunity right now and some of what you saw today resonates, contact us immediately. Give us a call. Due to the details in the deck, contact your cloud BDM or contact the person who suggested that you come and attend today. The Westcon Cloud BDM will contact you during the next 10 days to understand the nature of your interest, assist you with any due diligence, and to plug you into programs as appropriate to your requirement. What we would ask you to do is complete the post-event survey so that we can get your feedback and perhaps make some changes and improve things for future events.